everybody. Welcome to the Ceres Roadshow. If you can't tell, this is a July 4th themed episode. Hopefully, this will come out before July 4th, which is this week. So, happy birthday, America. And happy birthday, Stacy, my new co host. Stacy on hold.
Yes. Oh, so. It's a rough one. It's a rough one, Sean, this year. So,
can I ask what age you're turning?
It is the 5-0. 5-0.
Oh, keep
you
them
can
on.
see. You can see. 5-0.
Number 50, July 4th. Yeah, so we're excited. So, yeah, July 4th themed. Stacy, what's your favorite thing to do on your birthday? America's birthday?
Well, obviously fireworks growing up and having the parades and, back at our hometown. And now I get with my friends. We do rib cook-offs. It's high stakes. Themed. Different names.
Is it Traeger cheating?
No, we have people with the Traegers. We have people
Traeger.
with green eggs. We have the green egg. So we use our green egg
Traeger
for ours, but all different kinds. Some people just do them on charcoal and just kind of do it that way. So we have a lot of ribs.
Yeah. Just gave free ads to Traeger and green
egg. I know. Hey, hook us up, guys.
I feel like you need to sing us today a Tiny Dancer or something with those glasses.
I know, right? I'm going with the Elton John 4th of July look here.
Looks good. I just can't help to laugh when I look at you. But no, my favorite July 4th. I like I'm a good old fashioned sparkler guy. I love the sparklers. I got 2 daughters that did it, and they can do it. And then good hot dog.
Just gotta be careful when you do the sparklers and that hot wire at the end, and where you put,
I got my daughter one time, and I got in trouble. So
it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, gotta be smart on that.
Yeah, be smart on the 4th of July, kids. Be smart.
Be smart. Be smart. So yeah. So we're very excited for July 4th, and then after that, that's when it feels like summer kind of comes to the close, but then getting ready for harvest here.
Harvest is here. I'm learning.
Corn is looking good, and speaking of July 4th,
starting to tassel a little right now here in Central Illinois. But after coming to work here, I worked in an elevator before, and I guess I was always focused on like our harvest and when our harvest is. But being here, like I'm learning. We have our customers. July, here in a few weeks, we've got ours. Down in Texas, we've got Kentucky talking about, and Ohio talking about August, the beginning. But I'm here in Central Illinois. It's going to be an early harvest.
It was last year, too. So
yeah,
it's looking pretty good out there. So hopefully it stays that way.
Great.
Yeah. But yeah, this so today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about us, and then we're going to head on the road to Roseville, Farmers Grain, Roseville. We're going to talk to Eric there, have a little interview.
My new bestie.
A new Stacy's new bestie.
We really connected. Yes, we have a lot, and we know a lot of the same people. It's just randomness. You never know.
Yeah, and those of you who don't know, I think last episode Stacy was on. I think she just started out sales, but she's full-time sales now with me, and it's been going really well. So yeah, she's been.
We have to come up with like a really cool name for like team. What?
Captain America.
Give us some ideas. Give us some ideas.
America.
Well, I said Wonder Woman. You're Captain America. I'm
Captain America. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
very American.
Maybe you have a better idea. Send us your ideas. Let us know what we should be called.
Make it all PG and all nice. But I think we should. I think we need to do nicknames.
Yeah,
that probably work. Yeah. We're gonna have more fun on this podcast. So. Stacy's a lot of fun, so it's been great. And then, again, so we're going to go to, interview Eric at Roseville. We're going to kind of learn about we won't spoil it here, but the old saying, knee high on 4th of July, we're going to talk to him about that, see where all that came from. But start little things going on with Vertical. We just had our first ever golf outing supporting the FFA, and if you remember last year we had Ag Night, and with that we got to go to the state convention. Our GM Marcus Butterfield and I got to go up on stage, and we got this pretty
major award,
the Star Supporter Award. So we got one, and then our parent company, Valstone, got one as well because they helped match what we raised for them. So yeah, about 2 weeks ago, we did a golf outing, and it rained on us the whole time, but it was pretty fun. And I think it was a pretty success. Raised a lot of money. It was a really good time.
Despite the weather, it was. It was actually.
It got
really
nice
good.
after we were done.
Oh.
But yeah, we actually had the opportunity to have 3 state officers there. So it was Natalie Pratt, Ethan Brimmer, Paige. I'm going to butcher this. Paige Sirens. And then we also had Ryan Butterfield from the local FFA, who's actually Marcus's son, who's the state reporter for the FFA, state FFA, or the national FFA, I believe, is a reporter. So
what great kids too! Like seriously,
yeah.
So well poised. They talked to. I mean, they mingled. That's hard for teenage kids to do, and I think definitely with FFA, it definitely builds that leadership role within them and knowledge and stuff. So I was extremely impressed with them.
Yeah,
extremely
everybody
impressed.
was. They we did our little spiel, and then they blew us, Marcus and I, out of the water, and with their speeches, and everybody was very impressed. But that's kind of why we raise money and try to donate to the FFAs, because in our industry, they have one of the best, soft skills coming out of school. They know how to communicate. They know how to talk to people, and that's the biggest thing is networking, and they know how to do it. So great leaders, future leaders. So yeah, that was pretty fun.
Had some really great sponsorships.
Yeah, we had
people with
Yeah, I should have wrote them down. I don't want to miss anybody, so I'm not going to say them all. But they're on our socials who all donated. We had our sister companies, 8OES, Wim Automation, CIS, and then Valstone. If I didn't miss out anybody else on there. Those are our sister companies. Also have some partner companies: Bushel, Bar Charts, CIH,
Walt Scale.
We had some customers: Prairland FS, Sorrel's Elevator. Maybe I'm remembering all of them now. Hopefully I didn't miss one. I hope I didn't miss one. If I do,
sorry.
I'll put them in the description, or I'll put a logo for them. But yeah, we were really thankful for that. And Midland Golf
did a great job.
Yeah, it was really fun. And so next year,
Molly in the cart.
Molly in the
awesome.
Bar cart with birdie juice, and it was a good time, and it was really fun, and we hope we do that again next year and make it even bigger. So, but it was really great. Anything else?
It was. No, I just enjoyed it. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was not smart, and I had white pants on, and it was pouring down rain, and I had mud all up and down my pants. So, gotta get a new pair.
Yeah, it happens when they're in. Yeah, we're all soaked, and then it got nice out, but it was a good time.
So. It was a great time.
Yeah, it was good. So, and then also right now, I guess I'll go to Stacy. Stacy's been working quite a bit with our new Ceres edition, which we've been talking about, which this podcast is all about. Our new cloud-based software. So it's Ceres Edition. So it's Grain Track, Scale Track, and Cloud. And we've had some videos, pretty basic, just on the Scale Track side. But Grain Track side is moving, and we'll have a full release in 2026. Well, I'll let Stacy talk a little bit about just more about it.
We've been really excited about it, and now it's becoming real. We have 3 people that are going to be testing, bringing it out, working with it this harvest, starting very soon. So we've been inputting a lot of data. I just had a nice little meeting with one of our clients and showed them what we had in it so far, and they just kept saying how much their mind was blown and all the different features and all the things we can do with it. So I like hearing that. They're excited, we're excited. So we're going to be proving it out. We didn't want to, we can't take everybody right at the beginning. We want to make sure it's proven, it's good, and we're going to be rolling that out 2026. So if you're not yet, you better be getting serious about Ceres.
Get serious about Ceres.
Get serious.
Yeah, it's amazing how much work has been done on that, and the resources like our parent company Valstone has provided us, our sister companies. We've been working hard on it. I think it's going to be a game changer. It's just the ease of use is just crazy. Just how easy it is to use. You can pick it up pretty quick. but it's got all the same functionality of what everybody loves about grain truck and scale truck right now. So,
and fun fact, one of our main lead programmers on this just got married over the weekend. Yeah. I think he took Friday off. And that is it. He's back in. I mean, he is back in the grind. Yeah. So
we're excited. We're excited to see it be used this year. But again, got 3 on it. And then 2026, you'll be hearing from Stacy and I probably calling you, saying if you want a demo. And if you want a demo now, reach out.
Can still do it. Yeah,
we'll do demos.
We're doing them.
Yep. Get you ready for it. Yeah.
And quoting out, different people know what they're looking at. We can work and see what works best for you. So, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's very excited about it. And
just kind of really sad. We were talking about doing some kind of dance today. Why didn't we do? We just didn't plan.
I know. I did.
Next time.
Next time we'll do a dance. I think the dance was for. Yeah, we're gonna
Yankee Doodle Dandy. That's what we're gonna have, Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Not today. No. Maybe next time. Yeah, we'll have fun. I think we had some ideas for next time, but there's got to be something else I was going to talk about here. And if you're wondering, yes, this is a very tiny mic that I have in my hand.
Big hands, little mic.
Big hands, little mic.
Need to get you those little hands that you can put on with the mic. It'll make it look bigger.
I know, our budget for the podcast is not big, so I got little mics here, so we make it happen. We need more followers.
But aren't we supposed to say hit like, share, or something, share, and maybe we can get subscribe. Real microphones?
Like, share, and subscribe. We'll get real microphones. No, that's perfect.
It's pretty much our family, right? Watching all this, we've got a lot of family out there.
We've got a lot of family support us, hopefully. But yeah. So again, we'll also, speaking of Alexini, who just got married, we'll have our series minute this episode as well. But next is going to be our interview with Eric at Roseville, and we're going to take you to that. And have a great and happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th.
Go ahead. All right. Okay. All right. Hey, welcome to the Ceres Roadshow. I'm here with Stacy Unhold. I'm Sean Schaefer. And then today we're interviewing Eric Wuthrich. I probably butchered your last name again.
No, you did great.
Did it.
Did great.
From Farmers Grain Roseville. And he's going to be part of our interview today. So, Eric, thanks for having us here. And I guess when we get started, how long have you been with Farmers Grain?
Yeah, I've been here 16 years. I graduated college at 2007, took a job, local co-op, and then did that for a year. And the broker I was working with called me one day and said, "Hey, you should keep your interview skills sharp. You should go interview in Roseville." And I thought, "Where's Roseville?" I had no idea where Roseville was. So I did, and they offered me twice what I was making, and I'm like, "Wow, I got to think about this."
Yeah.
I was young and naive, and they were desperate, so
it worked.
It worked. Still here? So I've been here 16 years. Started in 2009, so it's been great. Yeah.
So that's when they put the money in your face.
Yeah, it made it a little more difficult.
Yeah.
But no, we really thought about it. I was wanting to farm back home, but at the time, I was 23 or 24. My dad was encouraging me to get a job elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I did, and
good deal.
The rest is history.
There you go. Here you are.
Yeah.
And then, so have you had vertical ever since you've been here?
So I started in 2009, and they had grain track, but they did not have turning point until probably late 2008.
Okay.
So about 6 months before I got here. In fact, actually, when I got here, Teresa came out and set us up with turning point. So we had turning point, and they did it. They did it all on basic paper before I got here.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we got set up at Turning Point 3 in August of 2009.
Okay,
it was crazy.
Now was grain track still? Because I came to vertical about 12 years ago or 13 years ago. Was grain track still DOS or was it Windows?
It was DOS at the time, but you would day end in DOS, but you would do and enter all your warehouse receipts and everything in DOS, but it actually had a Windows face on it about that. Yeah, probably about that time.
Okay.
So we were still using DOS, but using grain track with the Windows.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a combination of both.
Yeah.
Then they took DOS away from us, and
that was tough.
It was tough. Yeah.
I know.
Learning new.
When I first came to Vertical, like they would talk about DOS, and I graduated college or 2011. And I was like, what is DOS? Like some people still had it when I started, and I was like, what is that? And, or DOS printers with the big serial cord in the back, and the DOS. Like when I saw a printer, I'm like, my grandma had one of these. Why?
A dot printer.
The old dot printer.
The scrolls and that was all new to me too. But they used it when I got here, so I was like, I didn't know this still existed.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, some customers, like I think maybe a couple years ago, still had one, and I was
wow.
It works.
It works. It's just there's always better ways to do things, but
Right.
Well, we're soon coming on harvest. What is your favorite part about harvest?
The last day.
What's your least favorite? The first day. The first day.
No, harvest is great. The weather's great. My favorite part about harvest is this time of year, the season, the weather, scenery. Everybody's excited when you start. The first 2 weeks are really great, or even 3 weeks, and then about the halfway point, people get kind of tired of it, and then it kind of gets. If it doesn't rain, then it really gets drawn. It really wears on people because they're burned out. But it starts off great, and then I'm always happy when it's over. But I'm kind of a nervous person, so you always worry about things going right the whole time. And the dryer's gonna function properly. Is the light gonna go down or whatnot? But
if it does,
if it does, you figure out a way to roll. You figure out,
and you deal with it and move on.
Yeah, we've had some exciting things happen during harvest, but you're right. It always ends up working out. At the end of the year, you're like, man, why didn't I trust that this was going to work out? Because it'll work out one way or the other.
Those issues where you're like looking outside and you're like, is it rain? Wait, what is it doing? And you're like, oh, that is corn coming out of the bin.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, that's not. That's not.
You're like, man, we were so dumb, and then you call somebody, another manager, another elevator, he's like, the same thing happened. You're like, oh. I'm not the only guy that does something like that.
What's going on?
Okay. Yeah. No, harvest is great. It's it's what it's all about.
Right.
It's everything.
Yeah, it's a Super Bowl.
So it's Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl of the grain elevator world. The old days you had chemical and fertilizer and stuff, and now you're pretty much specialized in grain. So it's your.
Yeah, we get prepared for it too. We know harvest is coming, and the calls will be coming in, but you get a little nervous for it, for the support, and calls come in. But like you said, it's craziness for about 3 weeks, and really on our side, it's probably craziness 2 weeks, and then you guys settle in. And sometimes they're just so busy they don't even have time to call support because they just need to get the next truck in. We'll worry about that issue later. Like you said, there's bigger issues.
Well, but you guys have trained us well, right? I mean, you're always telling us, hey, get your server updated so you don't have a problem during harvest, or you trained us well.
It's good.
Thank you. Yeah. So part of this is the series edition, because we're Vertical will have a new cloud-based platform coming out. So we're always wondering about the new tech and stuff. So if someone walked into Farmers Grain today from like 1985, what piece of tech would probably blow their mind?
I think it's the phone, that you can see everything on your phone, that Vertical can integrate with whatever app you choose, and they can see their scale tickets. They can see real-time data right on their phone, or you can have them come into your office and show them exactly what they brought in for the last 5 years in 30 seconds instead of sorting through a file cabinet probably. I mean, it's just, but that's probably what it is.
Yeah. My dad's a old farmer, and he has a smartphone now, but he probably only for like 2 years now, but he did flip. But then when he figured out what he could see on his phone, he's like, oh yeah, I don't
changes the game.
Like
it is
good for you. You're using that.
Total game changer.
Yeah. We're talking about all the different tech and such. What now would be the game changer for you? What is your favorite item, piece out here in the elevator that changed things?
I mean, it's pretty trivial or simple, but it was a scale printer. I mean, the scale printer saved. I mean, you just didn't think how much time you were taking for someone to get out of their truck, walk inside, say hi to you, grab their ticket, chat for 15 seconds. You do that over 300 trucks a day, 15 seconds.
It backs up.
Next thing you know, there's an hour.
Yeah.
And we we were encouraged to get one for about 5 or 6 years, and I just thought it was unnecessary. And then we finally bit the bullet, put it in, and it was like, how did we get by without that?
Yeah.
I mean, you do lose talking to the customer a little bit, but
there's always downtimes. They come in on their last load. They're going to come in and tell you what they're going to be doing. They're going to come in the first load and get their coffee, or
yeah.
They come in, or they're going to talk to their merchandisers. They're
going to exactly, and they're going to text. I mean, texting is great. I mean, that's probably one thing that's
Mm-hmm.
changed is you can do so much on text. You can keep your chain. You can go back and look. You can see what happened, and they like that too because then they can make sure they didn't do something wrong or say something. Or, so, but yeah, the scale printer was a game changer for us.
Yeah, I always say like if someone does it like, oh, automation, that's too much money. I was like, well, the simplest form of remote printer, and it does it. You're just putting that in, and it does a lot. So
it does a ton.
Yeah,
I mean, talking about other technologies like you used to day end 20 years ago, it'd take you, a couple hours, whatever it is, during harvest. But now you do it in 10 minutes, you're done.
Yeah,
right.
It's crazy.
And like I showed you with the new Ceres, it's going to come to where you can set up when you want it to run. Like you don't even have to hit the button. It's going to be ready. Like if you get the Ceres, you can walk out of the office and know that your day end's going to run at 11:30 at night if you wanted it to during harvest when it's crazy. And
You got all the tickets it's got to process, and it can do it in a short amount.
Come back in the morning, it's done. Starts up a new day.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty.
That is going to be pretty cool.
That is really nice. Yeah. So has there been any ag tech that had a lot of hype and then just kind of failed that you could think of, or?
Oh, I mean, one thing I would think that you probably got overhyped, and I'm probably a minority on this, but was the app. Like the app was going to change everything. Farmers are going to be able to see everything on an app, and I think they like the app on their phone, but I think they like the tablet better.
Yeah.
Or having it on but you can have an app on your tablet, or having an app on your computer. They like their desktop computer. You can see it's bigger.
Bigger display.
It's easier
to manipulate.
They realize that it is nice to see it on your phone, but in the same token, all that does is the best thing for the phone is the scale ticket.
Yeah.
If you want to dig any deeper than that, then you got to go to something different. So I think the app was probably maybe a touch overhyped, but
sure.
That's just me.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. I'm the same way. Like if I'm looking at bank statements or anything like that, like I want to be by a computer.
Right.
But a quick little thing, if I'm at, that is nice, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, to pull up something. And you can do a lot on it. It's not downplaying it, but exactly. I think it has its place. Mm-hmm. But I think it's more important to have access to, your what it looks like on our end on a desktop.
Yeah.
To see what I'm seeing exactly. What is vertical showing me on my scale tickets, on my moistures, on my settlement sheets. I want to reproduce a settlement sheet for the year end or something. And it's just so much easier to do on a desktop. But
yeah.
So fast forward 15 years, it's 2040.
Yeah.
We're here at Farmers Grain. What do you see as far as change? What do you envision? Are there robots unloading your truck? Is AI taking over?
So trucks driving by themselves.
I think that's all going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen in 15 years. Okay. But I think that robot unloading the truck will probably, that would not be a bad feature actually for safety purposes. But
sure.
I think that's probably more than 15 years away. But yeah, I think everything just gets better. I think the technology just gets better. Everything's more efficient. Mm-hmm. Whether it's monitoring systems and a lot of your larger elevators have a lot of this stuff, but even I think the mid-sized, smaller elevators like us will have access to the technology that the bigger guys have, but at a lower cost. Right. Whether it's bin monitoring or having your whole facility laid out on
the automation, the RFID,
all that stuff. That'll
everything just checks you in, and there's no one in here inputting.
Correct. I think that'll be commonplace at the run the mill. Just your smaller elevator like us. It'll be. The technologies are going to get better, but someday I think you will have robots. I think you will have semis doing all this stuff. But 15 years, maybe. I don't know. Technology moves pretty fast.
It's moving really fast.
Because the ag world, they're probably just a little. It always seems like just a little behind, not all the way.
We are, yeah.
But it's
we're a people business, right? Yeah, we still like to talk, and which is great.
Yes,
the human element is so important. But
we're,
I'm all for self-driving vehicles, though. I can't wait to get a self-driving vehicle. I can just punch it in. I can work on the way to work or.
If you're so in Arizona, my niece lives in Arizona, and they actually have those Ubers that are self-driving.
Yes.
And it's crazy. You're like, I don't feel
safe. I don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to embrace that technology
Oh,
too.
no,
Like,
no.
Some guys are like, no, I'm not letting anybody drive me. I'm like, hey, take it away.
Take it away. I want to watch a movie here.
Yeah. I got things I want to do. I got a podcast or something that I want to watch or listen to or whatever.
I know one piece of automation. So, we have RFID, we have automation. Vertical does remote printers. One thing that could really take it to the next level is like an automated probe, where there would be nobody there, and then so places that want to run 24/7 that do need to take samples, just So that's one I always think about. But
that would be a good one.
Yeah, but, I guess when we talk about that, is there any what application or what technology in our space would you like that just doesn't exist yet? Kind of like a dream.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it doesn't exist. It's just I don't have the access to it, but there should be a way that we could make things so you could month end or do your year end or have a real time snapshot of all your adjusting journal entries and things. You should be able to hit a button. You should be able to pull in all the terminals, pull all them into one place.
Yeah.
Pull all your DPR into one place. Figure out your contracts to market, and do all that at a click of a button. Be able to pull the futures prices in, and then it could just print out a balance sheet and an income statement. And because it's all there, but you shouldn't.
In one step.
In one step. You sit one step.
Not have to go
pull this data from all these different places. Put it in one spot.
Have to manually enter what the markets
are.
Right.
Yeah. I should have to enter in and that probably exists somewhere. I just don't know what it is. But
I'm thinking now.
I'm like, I like this.
Yeah, where's this at? Like the grain bid. You should be able to pull your grain bids from your website and value your company-owned corn. And you should be able to pull all your terminals and value all your contracts. Yep. Pull your future statements and bring them to market, and then so you tie the grain track and the the financial software together. Just spit that out.
And I think with cloud-based, I think with
the
way we're moving, like
I
mean we're hoping and we're looking at what first it's to get the product out there, to get it proven, and how we're going to build on it now, and what we can do. So it's great input. That's something definitely to take.
I know.
I'm sure our programmers are going to be like, okay, will you just stop?
We got it on recording.
Get her done.
I would like my break.
Yeah, take all these 30 different systems that everybody else uses and try to make them fit into one and get that all to.
That's where we want to be. We can start the ticket, we do the automation, then we go, from ticket to settlement. That's what we like.
Yeah.
You're not integrating with other, some integrations are needed, obviously, but we like to do one-stop shop.
Yeah, like at the Speedy you were talking about, how it brings your terminals and brings those tickets in and matches them up. The technology to do that is actually pretty amazing itself. But I just take that to a whole nother level. Yeah. But it'll happen.
It's going to happen.
It's just
when
how fast. That was the main thing I could think of, is just a way to make that real time, but all the time you should know.
Yeah.
When that's putting out.
Nice. Well, right now we're on the cusp of 4th of July, which has kind of been our theme this episode. I'm wearing my stars and my stripes.
Yeah.
So
I got my blue shirt on.
See, we're doing good here.
Red, white, and blue. You got the red one. You got the red one.
Fireworks and flag. I can only wear this shirt 2 holidays a year, so I'm gonna wear it probably a couple times this week.
I like it. Yeah. Just make sure you wash it at least once. It's a little hot.
I know.
Yeah. But in the ag world, and I've grown up on this. Hearing this is knee high by 4th of July. Yeah. It's a phrase that I think they could trace back to 1884 in Iowa. I think it was printed in a paper. But they think it was even colonial years that this started, because it was very important to see and measure where your corn was on 4th of July, and you wanted it knee high to see what kind of harvest that you'd have a good harvest. And if it wasn't, you had to do drastic measures. You had to maybe haul water out to put on, because there wasn't irrigation. Bugs might have been an issue. We didn't have chemicals, pesticides, or it was just going to fail. We didn't have the hybrids and all the technology. They were doing it by hand, knee high by 4th of July. Do
Do you think it's still relevant? Is there a place for the saying knee high by 4th of July? I hear they still teach it in ag school.
Yeah.
That it is a phrase that they're still teaching the kids about what it was like. But do you gauge anything? Obviously it's not knee high.
Yeah. If it's knee high by the 4th of July,
bad.
yeah, it's a bad deal. Something's usually wrong. I mean, back then they didn't plant their corn until late May.
Right.
That's something that's changed pretty. Now guys plant, into March even sometimes, early April. So in this area, if it's not tasseling by the 4th of July, I'm probably a little bit more concerned.
Okay.
At least starting to tassel. But yeah, I don't know if it has any, I wouldn't say it doesn't have any relevance, but it's obviously very significantly reduced.
Yeah. Do you gauge anything like at 4th of July?
I do, yeah.
Do you see like what maybe kind of yield you're going to have? Or
Anymore, the crop is made in August, and I think the data has really proven that here the last several years. They've really kind of pushed that now that it's, the crop is made in August, and you got to get those timing rains to get grain fill and all that. But I do gauge in, if by the 4th of July, if it's not at least a week or 10 days away from tasseling, it's probably going to be a later harvest.
Sure.
And that can change with growing degree days and heat and everything in August. There's always caveats for everything. But so, yeah, I don't know if it's, man, if it is knee high by the 4th of July, you're going to.
It's going to be a real bad year.
Significant drying income. It's going to be harvesting in November. Yeah. Sure. Corn is not going to dry down. But it has happened. I mean, we have had corn. It's been knee high by the 4th of July in the last 10 years.
Wow.
I do remember it. And you are concerned, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh, no. But, yeah. I don't know if it has a lot of. That is interesting. They still teach it though. I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I was reading up on it and such.
That's crazy.
Because in our area, especially Galva, Illinois, which is not too far from where I live, they still, I think, put it on their front page of their paper on 4th of July, and there's kids, and it's certain, a certain child or family of children that are the calendar, the knee high on the 4th of July front page.
Yeah.
And my cousins have been on it, so out there, and I remember a time when they were on a ladder.
Oh yeah.
Because it was that tall, it was just like knee high by 4th of July. No way, it's you have to have a ladder out here. But it was just such a big big thing, even though now you're like, maybe it's just something we're always used to and we say, so we just keep it.
We do. I think we do.
Pass it down.
Yeah, I actually tell everybody, Tassel High by the 4th of July now, but that's my thing.
Let's
but
make it
I'm
the only
weirdo that does that. So yeah,
let's make it a thing.
Tassel High.
Tassel High.
It better be Tassel High. Not that it has to be a certain height, but it is.
Okay,
It is.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
July 1st, 2025. Tassel High by the 4th of
Tassel
July.
High, 4th of July.
Tassel High.
And it is.
Right.
It is already.
Hashtag that.
Hashtag. We're going to make a hashtag out of it. Perfect. I like it.
Put it on the video. Yeah.
Oh, well, this has been great. Actually, this has been a really great interview. I guess last question is, how are you going to spend your 4th of July?
We have a tradition of root beer floats.
So, okay.
My wife grew up on root beer. I
Nice.
didn't, but she did. So we have adopted the root beer floats on 4th of July. I'll spend it with my 3 kids, watching my neighbors light off fireworks because I'm too practical and don't like to spend money on them. So I watch my neighbors.
You don't drive to Missouri and go bootlegging for fireworks?
Hey, I actually thought about it this year, but I probably won't because I just can't bring myself to
Spend that money.
Yeah.
It's
$500 or
expensive.
$1,000 on fireworks. But it could be.
And I like all 10 fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice having all
I like my eyes.
Yeah,
I'll let the professionals do it.
Yeah. I stick with sparklers.
Yeah, we do sparklers. Yeah, we'll do sparklers with your floats and run around the yard. And
perfect.
That's a good time. Yeah, I actually we just had a cookout in my family. And my sister brought greetings for root beer float. I'm like, I'm gonna have one. I haven't had one in a long time.
I have one a year.
Yeah.
I can't do the soda and ice cream thing.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of.
Have you tried it?
I have.
Okay. Well,
It's not my thing. I don't know.
You put like a cool straw in it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Still no. I don't know. It's something with the ice cream and then in soda, and I'm like, this shouldn't
like creamy
soda, I guess, but cream soda. But no, it's.
Do you do iced coffees?
I am a black coffee. I don't even put cream in my coffee. I am a.
You're practical.
And I am. Yes, I'm very. Tell my husband that. Please. I like that. I'll see that.
Yeah.
You're so practical.
Yeah.
So, I just like my black coffee or an Americano.
Okay.
I'm an Americano kind of girl.
That's great. I mean, it is 4th of July.
I know.
America is
America,
America.
an awesome country. I'm a patriot. So,
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
love
proud to be
America.
here. Yeah.
patriotic guy. So I love 4th of July.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Have
guys,
to.
honestly, you love it more than I do. You
have
got the proper attire on.
I know. I have to.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Very patriotic, and 4th of July is the best.
250 years.
Yeah.
going strong.
Man.
Going strong.
Yeah, going strong.
Does look a little shaky at times, but hey,
We get through it.
Well, we get there.
we've had shaky
Yeah.
times for a long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we kind of forget that things weren't always great.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it comes and goes.
It does.
Yep.
It does. Comes and goes. So,
Ebbs and flows.
Mhm.
Ebbs and flows.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Eric. I
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
your
Yeah.
time and
This was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Eric. Yeah, this
Great.
was
Thanks for coming
great.
out.
see this.
Yeah.
All the way to Roseville.
All the way to
Sorry,
all the way to
Roseville.
Roseville.
Yeah.
Bustling town.
That's right.
Maybe
That's
trying,
right.
maybe
Right.
trying to sell you something.
Yeah. We can go to the diner now.
So,
Don't have a restaurant. I got the diner.
Make it real official.
Yeah, that's right. We have some
I
good
like
food in town
I
here.
like
So
it. Perfect.
yeah.
all right.
All right.
good.
Well, end up.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Go
Eric.
Yep, you bet.